But if you want the modern, because we went into the history of Bigfoot. Now we're here. Now we got the modern, compelling photos and videos of Bigfoot, and that's going to be next week's episode. So like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. You don't want to miss this. You can't find this information anywhere else.
No.
Except for the web.
It
will, guess what?
What's that, Goose?
We're going to start this episode out with Gene Roddenberry, the guy who created...
The M16?
Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Who created the M16? Just so the...
I don't know, but here...
I'll look it up.
Well, first of all, watch this clip here.
Okay.
It's a beautiful clip. This is the mind of...
Tell us a little bit about your...
I love Star Trek.
I've been very fortunate in family. I've had 2 marriages, both happy. In my first marriage, I had 2 lovely daughters, and I had the joy in that marriage of girls. And girls are such delicious, sweet-smelling, wonderful things.
Excuse me?
I can still remember when they would be so clean and their hair done, their starched dresses, and how when they would bend over, the dresses would come up.
You literally sounds like Herbert.
Oh my God!
You'd see the panties and
the panties.
They're just, little girls are just totally beautiful things. And
does law enforcement know about this guy?
I was lucky with my girls in that they never had the problems that sometimes some people seem to have with.
Okay, go to wide. We got enough of
my
Herbert
daughters
here.
didn't have their own problem.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Start the show. How'd you like that clip?
It was a bit awkward.
A little weird. I wonder if you got in trouble for anything.
Even
hopefully.
whistles.
I don't know. What a weirdo. That was Gene Roddenberry, everybody, the guy who made Star Trek. He loves little girls and how clean they are. Ugh.
Listen, we can separate the artist from the individual, right? We all love Star Trek, right? But we don't love maybe so much what he does in his personal life, which sounds not good.
Anyway, let's wash our...
I didn't know. Have Trekkies talked about this?
I have no idea.
I did not know about this.
I was on that cursed website X the other day, and I found that.
Yeah, exactly.
How could you have such a low social IQ that you would think that that's okay to say that in public and there wouldn't be a backlash?
I don't know. I don't even know how many likes, comments, or anything, but you can get that creeper off screen. So this episode is all about Bigfoot.
We love Star Trek, by the way.
I've gone down a rabbit hole. Pull up a picture real quick. I have a picture over there of the of the YouTuber. It should be on wide. If it's not on wide, it should be a picture. No, not that one.
That's last week's.
Maybe it is on reaction. Maybe it's on reaction. It should be the very top one.
Oh, since we're the kings of useless information on the show, Eugene Stoner invented the M16.
Gotcha. So I discovered this YouTube channel, Cabin in the Woods. Link down in the description. The sightings we're going to go over today are from one of his videos. Keep this thing up there so people can see it. The sightings are on there, and then the script I wrote for the beginning of this episode is taken from a couple different websites and of things I've been reading. I'll throw some of those sources down in the thing. We're actually going to see some of the websites, but this is our first narrative episode. Is it going to be good? I don't know. I haven't written anything like this in years, but our first clip is going to tie 2 worlds in together. If you want to go ahead and run that first clip.
All right.
So check them out. Big Cabin in the Woods.
This one?
Yes, sir.
This is our boy right here.
Okay.
Is Bigfoot going to try the Skittles omelet?
He's going to try something. I don't know what. Why isn't it playing?
I knew Bigfoot was a Sikh.
Wow.
Is he just trying to fit in?
The episode instantly came to a grinding halt.
Well, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Hit another clip to see if the other clip is playing.
We haven't talked crap on Kenneth Copeland. It shouldn't come to a grinding halt.
So this first clip, guys, is going to tie together our two worlds, India and Bigfoot. Go ahead and run it.
Sir, this vegetable soup looks like Shrek's swamp. Special omelette, best in the world. Come try, please do buy. Thanks for superb review.
Omelet.
A texture I didn't know existed. Very, very interesting.
What is he doing?
Looks delicious. Definitely gonna try that one.
I call this milkshake the backflip of death. Obviously, we have to give it a go. Folks, it was amazing. I'll be honest. Right, I'm in the mood for something sweet.
Some gooey sweet treats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fresh ice cream, the freshest of the freshest.
All right.
This vegetable.
So, okay, you can go to wide. That's tying our two worlds together. We got Bigfoot in India.
So
Gooey
does
samosa.
Bigfoot tie into any monkey lore at all?
Well, on the bumper art, they own a food cart together in India.
Oh, and monkey and Bigfoot on a food cart together. That's right. So yeah, they are best friends. I heard.
They started a Fortune 500 company
Or is
100 years ago.
Is Bigfoot actively trying to go against Kenneth Copeland also?
Yeah, they're forming an alliance. Bigfoot's the homie.
And do you think Yeti and aliens are with them?
They're the hominid Avengers.
Oh, what up?
I thought Bigfoot was a little bit more like just an anti-hero mentality.
Well, we'll go over it.
He's not a bad guy. He just he wants to stay out of things and do his own thing.
Down in on one of the
He's
things,
not beholden to anyone.
Down on one of the things I wrote, I have a list of the different Bigfoots, Yetis, different hominids seen around the world.
Wait, I think we got a new character in our Fatal Alliance. Go. Do you have that white piece of paper in front of you?
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get into Bigfoot. Oh, well,
I'll get it. All right, never mind.
He's also in the alliance against Kenneth Copeland.
we need a name for him. I found a random Polaroid. So he's joining the show.
Why don't we show the camera?
We will.
He looks like Jerry from Parks and Rec.
We'll go ahead. We'll give it to producer. Producer, if you want to show the camera.
When was that photo taken? Is there a date on it?
The envelope I got all these photos in go back all the way this far.
This looks like 1980, I think.
I got pictures from the 30s to the 80s.
This is a TWA flight.
Yeah, I love it. That's why it's
TWA
called.
doesn't exist anymore.
Nope.
Here you go. Oh man, I gotta turn my light.
Put your hand behind the photo, so it like behind the photo, like that. Yeah. And now put it closer.
Here, I'll just cover the light. There we go. That's basically what the dude looks like.
There he is, right there. So he's gonna be on. We need a name for him.
Jolly
West.
Jolly G.
Do you know who Jolly West is?
No.
Oh, we're already on our first tangent. Google Jolly West real quick after I
Okay.
put this picture up.
So yeah, that guy's part of our new
Jolly-
Fatal Alliance against Kenneth Copeland.
Jolly Gilbert Smothers. Jolly Gilbert Smothers. That's his name.
This is Jolly West. It's one of the craziest stories about CIA. Go to his wiki. We'll do a deep dive. I might leave you guys hanging. Maybe I'll do another one soon. But yeah, right there.
His name is Louis Joylin or whatever.
Yeah, nickname Jolly. He was part of the CIA. You know what? We're gonna leave you guys on a hanger. Well, I'll do next episode. I'll do a little 10 minutes on Jolly West.
Okay.
He's got the. It's just crazy. We'll go into it. But okay, let's get into Bigfoot. We'll put up this TW.
I see MK Ultra and LSD and Korean War and a lot.
I'm telling you, he's an extremely interesting character.
Has last podcast talked about him?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just went on a weird tangent.
All right.
All right. So you said you got a lot of things about Bigfoot today.
Yeah, today we're going to do... This is just I bet out of all the cryptids, Bigfoot is the one I believe the least. I don't know why, because he's the most realistic. He or she is the most realistic. If you think about it, it's just a giant ape.
Hey, he's one of the coolest, though. He goes to India and does vlogs.
It's true. But
you don't believe he's a flesh and blood creature, or you don't believe he's
I don't know he's like a
interdimensional, supernatural
I don't
kind of
touch
entity.
on the interdimensional stuff as much today, but it's just because I don't know. Because I think it's been so smeared in the public eye, and it's been part of tabloids for so long that it's been such a good job at even credible, quote unquote, credible images and videos you instantly think are fake because everything is just so fake. So
Native Americans talked about it. How could he not be true?
We're going to go into all that. I wrote a little script here, and then I got some accompanying videos. And then
I'm excited.
The next script I wrote is going to go into just some of the famous photographs that can't be debunked, if that makes sense. They may not be real Bigfoots, but nobody really knows what they are.
You know what? I like Bigfoot.
Not the Patterson Gemmell photo.
We got that.
Looks pretty fake.
I remember I told you werewolves were my least favorite mythical creature, but in the room. My least favorite mythical creature is Mothman.
Oh yeah, well,
I love Mothman.
Mothman's got. Well, you got to dig into Mothman. It's got
Mothman. He's one of the cryptids that actually kind of creeps me out a little bit and makes me feel uneasy.
He's kind of lame.
I'd be very scared to see the Mothman in real life.
Nessie is the coolest.
He's a Nessie.
The Deathworm is the coolest. Deathworm is the coolest.
I'm not scared of Nessie though, unless I'm swimming in a Scottish bog. You know.
What about a
I'm little
Deathworm? If you were in the desert and a Deathworm came out, I know you wouldn't.
It'd be very scary.
Well, I'm not in a Dune novel, so I don't have to worry about that.
Or 1994's Tremors.
Yeah.
Tremors is fire.
I love Tremors.
I forgot to tell you.
Tremors is amazing.
I went at Comic-Con. I met the dude who was on Tremors.
Which one? The other guy, the dark-haired guy?
I think it's the dark-haired guy.
Yeah,
not Kevin Bacon.
No, the other character. The one who got a little bit less work.
Yeah. He's in the sequel too, I think.
Yeah.
Tremors had a sequel. That
must
must
be
there's
awful.
There's like 4 Tremors.
Those must be awful.
They're so bad they're good.
All right, so we're
Bruce Campbell. I think he has a cameo or short scene in the second one, if I can remember.
Well, I don't think his career was hipping and hopping at that point. But no shade to Tremors.
Yeah, no, the first Tremors is amazing.
But,
me and Pallet watched it while we were stuck in traffic one day.
They made it on a small budget.
That's how bad traffic in LA is. We watched Tremors going. We only had to drive about 30 miles, and we watched the entire Tremors movie.
Well, that's LA traffic for you.
Bump my headphones a little bit. Check. That's good. Okay, let's get into Bigfoot. I wrote it. You ready?
All right, are we going on brassers or reactions?
We're going to keep it here, and then we'll go to reaction when I tell you to pull up some things. In the shadows of the forest, the legend of Bigfoot. In the woods, you hear heavy footsteps pounding against the forest floor. You freeze, confused, scanning for the source. You catch a glimpse of a large figure darting between the trees. It's moving fast, right towards you in a clearing ahead. You flick on your flashlight just in time to see it, a towering creature glancing back at you as it vanishes into the shadows. Tonight we ask the question that's North American folklore for century. What is Bigfoot? Fade out the music. That's not actually in there. So the origin of legend, Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is one of the oldest mythological figures in North America, with roots reaching far beyond the tales told by modern adventurers or cryptozoologists. If you guys don't know what those are zoologists who believe in fake animals, which is
allegedly.
Cool. Allegedly. Indigenous tribes across the continent have long spoken of large, hairy, ape-like giants living among forests and mountains. These creatures have had different names depending on the region, but the descriptions were often strikingly similar. Massive, wild, and elusive being with human-like qualities and mysterious powers. When the settlers arrived, these tales merged into collective folklore that would become the foundation of the Bigfoot myth we know today. But this legend isn't limited to North America. From the Yeti of the Himalayas, the Yowie of Australia, nearly every continent has its own towering forest dweller, except Antarctica.
Speak a little bit. It's a little bit slower, so it's a little more dramatic,
no.
And the followers can hear you.
All right, that was good. Let's get into flags.
Yeah, let's go back to flags.
We're going back to flags. It's all flags next week, people. I got news for you.
Oh, we're supposed to redesign our flag anyway. But okay.
You're a grand old flag. You're a hype. All right, I'll stop.
First recorded encounters. The first documented North American stories come from Canada, thanks to J.W. Burns, a teacher on the Chehalis Indian Reservation near Vancouver. Burns heard reported stories of wild men and forest fathers. Descriptions locals were initially reluctant to share, fearing ridicule. After years of careful listening, he heard a terrifying tale from Peter Williams, a native hunter. Williams had an encounter with what he thought was a bear until it stood up. What was revealing itself a massive hairy man beast that chased him through the forest and violently pounded on his home. Love to hear about that. Oh, there's something coming up here that you if you're anything like me, Will, you're going to love. Over the next few years, there were multiple sightings on the reserve of at least 3 different creatures, including one female. These stories made their way into Vancouver newspapers in 1929, and Burns coined the term that would stick in Canadian lore: Sasquatch.
Is Sasquatch Canadian?
What?
Yes.
What Native American dialect or language is Sasquatch, and what does it mean?
We're getting in there.
Okay, good.
We're getting to it.
All right. You did your homework on this.
Bigfoot,
I'm glad.
the name. Yeah, I told you. I sat and sat. We had to have one sort of episode with a theme. Fast forward to 1958 in Bluff Creek, California. A construction worker named Gerald Crew found a massive human-like footprints on his job site. He made plaster cast. The media picked up the story, and just like that, Bigfoot had its name. We'll get into the Sasquatch thing in a minute. Years later, the prints were revealed to be a hoax by the family of the man who created them. Still, the name stuck, and the story brought worldwide attention and the phenomenon inspiring generations of Bigfoot hunters. Mm-hmm. Segment 4. What does Bigfoot look like? If you go to Reaction, I have a picture of the different, I believe, North American Bigfoots.
A Quidjibo?
It should be, you'll see it on there.
You guys remember what a Qualupep is? The Arctic cryptid that like steals children who don't listen to their parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, keep going.
You guys know
that's medieval Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into
with
that
fighting
too.
with a honey badger.
You guys know what a Quidjibo is, right?
No. What's that? What is that?
It's a dumb, fat, balding North American ape. You guys never seen The Simpsons, Bart the Genius?
No, but look for that picture real quick.
Come on, man.
But we'll put up a clip so people know what we're talking about.
Quidjibo. Kwyijibo. Game's over. I'm out of here.
Wait a minute, you little cheater. You're not going anywhere until you tell me what a Quidjibo is.
Quidjibo. A big, dumb, balding North American ape with no chin.
And a short temper.
I'll show you a big, dumb, balding ape.
Uh-oh, Quidjibo on the loose.
Go down.
That's medieval Bigfoot.
Yeah, there it is. So these are drawings over time of what people have described this creature look like from sightings. Source of this picture, I think I have it on one of the websites. But
I'm going to go, 1's pretty good.
Yeah.
Picture 1.
I like 10. He looks lost. Picture 9 just looks like a doofus.
Yeah. 9 does look like a doofus.
I like picture 2.
Looks more ape-like.
Oh, no, I like picture 4. Picture 4 is awesome.
Picture 9 is Dude, Where's My Car, Bigfoot. His eyes are real close together.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Bigfoot looks like he's driving a van.
That's Beavis and Butthead. Bigfoot.
What's the dude's name that made that?
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge, yeah.
Oh, 11's pretty good, too. 11's pretty good. But I'm going to go 1, I think, is the best.
So what does Bigfoot look like? Descriptions vary, but most accounts agree on a few details. Height, between 6 to 10 feet. Hair, thick, coarse, black, brown, or red. Gait, a unique fluid motion, how it walks. Walking upright, but not quite like a human. And the face is primitive-like, with a pronounced brow and a large cranium.
I believe in the red one.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny is none of the, spoiler alert from later, none of the pictures or videos of sightings, none of them are red.
Let's make 140.
Yeah, I wish it was red. And then there are footprints, some as large as 24 inches, 8 inches wide. Some reported claw marks, sparking debate whether these prints could belong to bears. Witnesses have reported visible sex traits and facial expressions, further blurring the line between man and beast.
I dread to ask this question. What are the visible sex traits?
The Gimlin. So they have an upscaled version of the Patterson Gimlin film, and you could see some titties.
Oh, okay.
So, wait, I got a question.
Bigfoot's got to, nourish. Female Bigfoots have to nourish their young, right?
Yeah, we do have a photo of a young Bigfoot coming up.
I do. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So Bigfoot, I hear, is always portrayed as like a gentle giant. What is he
always.
actually?
Not always.
Not always.
What
I
is he
got
actually?
lower. They're going to show depending on what region the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or any of the other names. Their legends vary between peaceful forest keeper to absolute menace.
they can be territorial, So,
I have a segment here. Is Bigfoot intelligent? I'm going to skip over that.
I like the artist rendition.
Do we still want this?
I mean, you can keep it up because I don't have any other pictures coming up yet, or you can go wide. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. Is Bigfoot intelligent? Is Bigfoot just a wild animal or something more? According to native stories, the answer is yes. Bigfoot or its tribal equivalent is highly intelligent. Some tribes describe them as reclusive, peaceful beings with their own language. Others speak more of aggressive, even cannibalistic giants who kidnap and attack humans. Even among modern encounters, Bigfoot is rarely described as mindless or purely instinct-driven. Their cunning, awareness, and always a desire to avoid being seen. That's the one thing about Bigfoot. Apparently, it never wants to be seen. It's always hiding. That's why it's so hard. Or as, we should put in Mitch Hedberg's joke right now about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Have you heard it?
Mm-mm.
Mitch Hedberg has. I'm going to play it real quick.
I think Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem. It's not the photographer's fault. Bigfoot is blurry. And that's extra scary to me because there's a large, out-of-focus monster roaming the countryside.
Think of the koala joke from Mitch Hedberg where it's like, hey, man, I really like koalas a lot. Why do they got to be all the way in Australia? Why can't they be down the park or down the street at the park, man? I'd like to go see them.
I don't want koalas, man.
Well, R.I.P. Mitch Hedberg, by the way.
Mitch Hedberg's joke. I just put it in right here.
All right, good.
But I'll tell it to you right now. What if Bigfoot is just blurry?
Yeah.
The joke is right here. It's funny because all the pictures and everything.
Yeah, all
Bigfoot
the pictures are blurry.
And that's why he never wants to be seen. All right, famous sightings. Now we're going to play a couple things. 1958 may have introduced the name, but 1968 gave us the image. That year, the Patterson-Gimlin film was recorded, an infamous piece of footage showing a large, upright creature striding across a clearing in Bluff Creek. The figure turns, looks at the camera, then disappears into the forest. Critics have called it a hoax. Some even claim to be a man in a suit. But to this day, the gait, the muscle movement, and the anatomy shown in the video remain hard to replicate, even with modern tech. It's the holy grail of Bigfoot evidence.
It's Chris Hemsworth's dad in a monkey suit. That's what I'm sticking with.
Or the greatest prank in cryptid history. Go to Reaction Wolf. We can do a deep dive on this, but if you cut that, you'll see Patterson-Gimlin. There should be a...
Okay.
Yeah,
there it is.
So this is an upscaled version. And look, she got titties. Boing. It's on loop. We can watch it a few times.
I mean, it does look kind of like this is the female Bigfoot. It looks more like a silverback gorilla a little bit, you know.
But the arms are the proportions are wrong.
Yeah.
But it's
wide. It's wide chested.
So now what they've done too is there's a guy working on it right now. He got his hands on the original stills from this video because the problem with this video, and this is to defend it a little bit, all the videos we see are 4th, 5th generation copies. No one has the original online. They never actually put the original tape online. Mm-hmm. So a guy got a hold of the original, and he went in, and he's actually non-digitally enhanced the video. And later this year, there's going to be a documentary of this and why he thinks it's actually a real video. Because the story, I mean, we could do a whole episode on this video alone. But again, I link you to Cabin. Pull up the guy's YouTube real quick.
No, weren't like the Patterson and Gimlin?
They were Bigfoot hunters.
Yeah, but didn't they like before they came out with the footage? They were like a couple years before they came out with that. They were like engaging like some kind of scam or something. I heard
so much of it is rumor that if you go to this guy's YouTube, Cabin in the Woods, this is what got me back into Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I'm still not 100% into it, but I was just driving my truck at work going like, man, Bigfoot might actually be real. What the hell? Because I've been so in the weeds with aliens for the last few years. I need a break, man.
Yeah.
We're not getting disclosure. It's not happening. The world is going to die in World War III. Let's go find a Bigfoot and be friends with it.
Waiting on Lou Elizondo a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a dead end.
But he has a pretty good video on it too. Again, link down in the doobly-doo.
What happened to who's the other guy? Who's like the other like MI operative or ex-MI operative who said that who testified? I can't think of his name right now.
Grush?
Yeah, Grush. I haven't heard anything from him from a while.
No, it's all being it's whatever.
We're being stonewalled.
We got Bigfoot
whatever.
in the background right now. We're But yeah, check him out. But yeah, that's the Patterson-Gimlin. You can play it one more time if you want.
An ant on me.
No, that's unfortunate. So this is an upscaled version. I don't know if they used AI or if they just used computer stuff, but apparently now they have released small clips of the documentary coming out. And what's crazy is you can actually see muscle movement. And there's no zipper. The problem with monkey suits, even into modern films, the zipper's on the back of the neck and it's impossible to hide. That's why when you watch the old videos of like King Kong and all that, you never get a back shot because you can't hide it convincingly. But I've seen some of the upscaled versions. It's a really damn good suit, and they decided to put boobs on it and a big ass for some reason, or it's an actual animal. And you can see the bottom of its feet in a few frames. Which why would they put give it actual feet. But this one's not as clean as the ones coming out. Anyway, so this is the Patterson Gimlin. This is what they call a Holy Grail. It's the first real sighting. So let's go into some of its cousins. The global cousins of Sasquatch or Bigfoot. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to put it right here with a how to pronounce. You give that a shot, Will.
Tesemquez.
Should I just do a how to pronounce?
Tesemquez.
Let's do a how to pronounce.
And this is a Native American name, I think.
Subtle.
Exactly, subtle.
Subtle. I'm sticking with. I'll say subtile.
And you'll sing the gambler every time we have dead air.
TS.
There was a Thrice song called "A Subtle Dagger," and I used to call it a subtile dagger, and I think that's kind of right.
Dude, I remember I saw this guy
Good song, by the way. Good album.
At the last podcasting I went to, this guy had like a Dodgers shirt, but it said Thrice on it, and I thought that was pretty cool.
No, that's cool. That is cool. I didn't know that Thrice made a T-shirt with the Dodgers logo. Because where are they from?
They're here. They're from here.
Oh, and they're American, but I thought they're from the Midwest. They're not from California or anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a Bigfoot episode, not a Thrice episode. So
I can't find a how to pronounce on it, but it's spelled TS apostrophe EMEKWES. I'm just gonna call it the TS's.
I think I need to listen to a Thrice.
Tesemquez. That sounds better.
Yeah, Tesemquez. This is from the Lumni tribe. These are gentle giants described in stories passed down by the Lumni people of the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
They are portrayed as reclusive forest dwellers who avoid human interaction, but are all often seen as non-aggressive. Much like the modern Bigfoot depictions, they are large, hairy, humanoid, with a connection to nature and spiritual significance.
Nice. Do they have the totem poles?
Yeah, those are the Pacific Northwest. Those are the totem poles.
Okay.
The second one, the Stiya, Stiyaaha, found in the legends of the Chinook and other tribes. They were feared mountain beings. What made them so terrifying? You weren't even supposed to say their name out loud. Doing so could summon them to kidnap you. These creatures embody darker, more threatening aspect of the Bigfoot archetype. Then we got my favorite one, Skookums. These giants were said to live on Mount St. Helens and were known to be cannibalistic. Native tribes spoke of them as predators, dangerous, primal, and best to be avoided. They're one of the few versions of Bigfoot myth that cross into true horror territory.
Check it out. Supposedly Bigfoot on a totem pole. We'll put this picture up in post for the fans. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And then we got the Yeti. Everybody knows about the Yeti. I'm not going to go into detail, but he's the white Bigfoot of the Andes or the Himalayas. Here's a good one. The legend of the Yeti has been around so long.
How many British hikers and explorers has the Yeti murked trying to hike up to Everest?
We can go even further back. It captured the attention of Alexander the Great, who once ordered his men to search for one on one of his campaigns.
What? Wow, that's a story. That's a story we should go into. Yeah. Okay. Okay. In a future ep, we'll go into the Alexander the Great looking for Bigfoot.
And we have another story in here. I think we need to do another deep dive. And this is just like a 25-minute skimming the top of because I never gave Bigfoot no mind. I was always like, yeah, this shit big, dude. I just thought it was funny.
That's why his offensive got frozen in India, right? It's not because he was fighting Hindu tribes there. It's because they got exhausted looking for Yeti, and then they couldn't.
Well, they were right. Bigfoot was in India, just trying street food.
That's right. Yeah. He's a vendor now. So
we're connecting all the dots on the FLP.
He's a vlogger now.
So this last one right here, this one has looser ties to Bigfoot, but is pretty compelling. These are called the medieval wild men. These mysterious figures appeared in European folklore and art. Covered in hair, they live outside of civilization, representing both fear and fascination with the untamed nature. Some were seen as cursed men who went mad and vanished into the wild, transforming into something otherworldly. So if you go to reaction, we can pull up some of these madmen.
Sweet.
Or wild men. So it should be right near the top. Go to the very, very top one.
I found it.
So this one is a depiction of a wild man. This one's more ape-like. If you notice, he even's got a baboon butt.
What the f*** are you doing?
He's fighting some sort of, I don't know, pine marten or...
By putting air
that is a giant pine marten. I'm gonna go the honey badger.
So that one's more ape-like, but it was just that painting is described as a wild man. And then the one above it, open that one.
You mean the one below it?
Or one below it. So that is another depiction of a feral or wild man, but medieval art sucks. So it's really hard to like whales look like sharks and stuff like that, but there's a lot of medieval wild men that sort of resemble Bigfoot. We could go into a deeper dive eventually.
Hieronymus Bosch is from the medieval period, and he's awesome. I love. We won't talk about him, but on the show. But he's got like the nightmarish, like surreal paintings of like depictions of the afterlife, and like one of his famous paintings is the Temptation of Saint Anthony. I love it. It's right here if you want to go see it. But this is not a Hieronymus Bosch episode. This is a Bigfoot episode. So back to you, Goose.
Does this tie into China becoming communist and going against the nationalists at all?
Not 100% certain.
That's post World War II.
I know, but
But that being said, so that's a wild man. All right, close that out.
Is that
no, don't close that out.
Is that like French or is that British?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
It's sourced in the doobly-doo.
Okay.
See what else I gave you real quick that aren't the real sightings. Okay, go down. Okay, we're getting into those. Close that. Spoiler alert. Okay, go to my articles real quick.
That looks like a convincing photo.
I'm telling you, I have some photos that are really hard to debunk.
Wait, should we get some energy before?
Oh yeah.
I think so.
We'll continue with Bigfoot. Let's get the energy up real quick. Producer, you first.
My comedic muse is running out of gas.
White shot.
Yeah.
White shot.
Oh man.
So I got a present for the boys. A second present. I got you some Alpha Brain, and I got us.
Nice. Thank you, dude. Much appreciate it.
Smelling salts.
Got us some smelling salts.
Oh yes, I'm excited. Hell yeah! Oh man, I'm about ready to. My brain's ready to melt right now.
I'm so afraid to try this. Actually,
I'm gonna be so awake right now.
Oh no, it's getting everywhere.
Uh-oh. Better sniff it quick.
I'm afraid.
Just do a quick sniff.
You don't have to.
It's brutal, palate. It's brutal. So do sniff it quick.
Oh man. No, I got. Oh
yeah, it's brutal, dude.
It's like pure chlorine.
Yeah.
And these are kind of dried out. We might have to moisten them up a little bit. It's a flip top. You don't have to open it all the way up.
Honestly, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But
it's a flip top.
It's still
don't open it. It's a flip top.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. My bad. Okay.
Oh, but the paper's in the way.
Oh,
I guess open it. Just don't want it to dust everywhere.
Oh man, it's still
all
lingering.
We are is how the hell? Oh, maybe we can punch it out of the way. There we go. All right, mission accomplished. All right, this is gonna be brutal.
All right, put it on wide.
All right, let's just do the.
I'll try not to. Okay, this is gonna be brutal. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Oh no, wide. We did it on reaction shot.
All right, I'll do it again.
Oh, he went for a big one.
Will, you look dead.
All right,
I'm gonna add a tablespoon.
I'm awake now. Yeah,
we gotta add a little bit of water to it. It should paralyze us.
I don't want to be paralyzed.
Woo-hoo! Okay.
It opened up my pineal gland.
Well, I can taste it.
We'll have a third eye on my hat right
Dude,
here.
I felt it going to my damn brain. It feels like I snorted a bunch of water from the pool.
Man.
We'll add a little water to it. We'll do it a little bit later. Woo!
We're not falling asleep on the show. I'm glad we have that.
Yeah, we got it right here, and I'll keep it fresh. All right. Woo! Okay.
Oh, by the way, I have something for us in the next episode. I'll have something for us to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to the arts real quick.
It's no blood rituals again.
No blood rituals, but
damn. All right.
It relates to a previous episode. That's all I'll say.
Not that one.
That's the Nephilim article.
No.
All right. So
okay.
All right.
That one. That one's going to be used later. Next one. Next one. Yeah, so this is all the native folklore.
Yeah, so
since I read through it, we don't have to go through it.
I want to know about the Native American connection to Bigfoot. I'm really interested in this.
Okay.
So
I like the Chinese connection more.
So let me pull up that article real quick. So this is one of the articles I pulled this section off of. I try to condense everything because what's our time looking like?
We are at 34 minutes.
Oh man, dude, we're
cooking it. We're cooking it, man.
I haven't even gotten to the second half of Bigfoot yet.
Good. We're gonna go like 2 hours a day and go and get all the Bigfoot done, or we can break it up in 2 episodes, whatever.
So what's the website on that article?
It is. Oh yeah, we're crediting these people. It is called northwestbigfoot.com. This article was written by.
So we're actually going to read this article. We're going to go a little bit deeper. I didn't go too deep in all of the Native American, and there's much more than this, but we're going to cover this is one of the sources, articles I used. I showed it to them. They thought it was interesting. So I'm going to let Will read the bottom 3 paragraphs of this. If you want to scroll down to the Seathhacklick, go down. So we did them already. So
right there. There.
So from there down.
The Seathhick is a mysterious and formidable creature in Shoshone folklore, deeply embedded in the traditions of the Great Basin tribes. Unlike the more commonly known Bigfoot, Seathhick, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is often described as a dangerous being that roams the high desert and mountainous regions, possessing an aura of power and unpredictability. Okay, physical description. Seathilk is said to be taller than any human being, covered in thick, dark fur that blends seamlessly with the shadows of the wilderness. Its eyes glow in the darkness, reflecting an eerie light that unsettles those who encounter it.
That's okay. So check this out. Remember that detail about the eyes glowing. That's a very hominids' eyes don't glow, but this is going to come up later.
Okay. Some accounts describe it. Yeah, because hominids are diurnal. That's why.
Yeah, but you'll see something very interesting in some of these actual photos we have later.
We have crap vision at night.
Yeah.
That's why we do everything during the day. Some accounts have described it as having long, muscular limbs, allowing it to move swiftly across rugged terrain. Its footprints are massive, often found near water sources or deep within the forest. That might be a good part 2 to this, to just talk about how Bigfoot is a little bit different from typical.
Well, we're gonna. I have
great apes, like orangutans and chimps.
So
and
I have
bonobos, and
I've got a part 2 we're gonna do next coming up, and it's gonna be about some of the more credible sightings. I left out DNA evidence.
Yeah.
I left out firsthand witnesses, like stories of firsthand witnesses. And then I left out some of the most of the videos. We're going to go over mostly photographic evidence today.
Okay. So Lou Elizondo says Bigfoot's real. I'm going to be very skeptical. That's all.
Damn it.
Okay. Unlike other Bigfoot, the other weird.
Siri.
What about Copeland? What is
He'll be like, I know. He's like, PJ, I can tell you about Bigfoot, but it's classified, and I don't have the clearance to do it, bro. I could give you the lowdown, but I don't have the clearance right now.
He does believe in interdimensional beings, and that a lot of people think Bigfoot is interdimensional.
Yeah, I'm probably in that crowd.
What about Copeland though? Does Copeland believe in Bigfoot?
Yeah, he thinks he's a demon, so you got to pay money to keep Bigfoot away from your house.
Yeah, I think
he has a different name for Bigfoot though. It's called poverty.
He doesn't. It's the other people on the economy class.
Yeah, exactly. Those are all the Bigfoots.
But that's another weird thing about Bigfoot is he's bipedal. No other great ape is bipedal except us. So
nope. And a lot of times bears will walk bipedal. But these pictures we're going to get into in the second half of this episode, that channel, Cabin in the Woods, he's very compelling.
Bro, every sighting of Bigfoot is just a bear walking on its hind legs. It's not a 7-foot monkey, man. Just a bear walking.
Yeah,
it's a circus trained bear.
My favorite one is the Florida skunk ape. We'll get into that. But
okay,
finish.
I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
No, it's okay.
Unlike other Bigfoot-like beings, this is behavior interactions with humans that are often depicted as shy or elusive. Seathilk is not to be provoked. The Shoshone people believe that this creature is highly territorial, reacting aggressively to those who intrude upon its domain. Some legends warn that calling its name aloud may summon its presence, leading to an encounter that few would wish to experience. What's the deal with names? Because demons don't like their names being called out or something. What?
Maybe they're words of curse.
Okay. Right. Now I'm trying to say there's no connection between demons and Bigfoot, but I'm just we can get into that. But there are stories of hunters and travelers who have felt its presence before seeing it, describing an overwhelming sense of dread and unease. Okay, so that's the what's the part of your what do you call it when you get that feeling that something bad's going to happen, but you don't have a rational reason to believe something bad's going to happen?
It's a sense of dread.
Okay. Some claim that Seathilk communicates through deep, guttural sounds resembling a mix of growls and whispers carried by the wind. Others speak of strange footprints appearing overnight, as if the creature had been silently observing them. connection to nature, and spiritual beliefs. In Shoshone tradition, Silthik is often seen as a guardian of the wild, embodying the untamed spirit of the land. Some elders believe that it is an ancient being, possibly existing long before humans arrived in the region. It is said to have a deep connection to nature, moving in harmony with the elements and ensuring balance in the ecosystem. That's the other thing that tricks me out. There are no primates in North America.
Yeah, I don't know if there ever were either.
Yeah, so where did the native? I mean, unless they just heard the tales from like Europeans or Central American natives.
But
like where the hell did they learn about come up with Bigfoot from?
Yeah, some of these stories are pre-Columbian. So who knows?
Okay. Anyways, no more tangents. Still, let me get this article knocked out. Some tribal members claim that Silthik guides lost souls, leading them away from kind of like a boatman thing, kind of. From danger or deeper into the wilderness, depending on its mood. The belief aligns with the idea that it is not merely a physical creature, but a spiritual entity capable of
interdimensional being.
Here we go. Capable of influencing the fate of those who cross its path. Okay.
We don't have to we don't worry about the encounters of modern sightings.
Okay.
Because we're just getting into the lore of North American Bigfoot and how it goes across. It's cross-cultural. Because when people think of Bigfoot, or when they think of Native Americans, they think of them all as one people, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take someone from like Seattle and put them in Louisiana, they'd probably be like, it's kind of weird here. They talk a little different. Back then, vastly different languages, vastly different culture, possibly from a different continent. So these are completely different people at the time these legends came up, and they may not have had a lot of crossover. So,
yeah, the Sioux couldn't communicate with like Pacific Northwest Native Americans, right?
Vastly different.
Like the Shoshone, they should have different language and different culture.
Yeah, so we're just going over, and then this is the other one, the Mayak-Datat.
Okay. I got a grip to read, so I'm going to get on this. Mayak-Datat, also known as the Hairy Man, is a significant figure of the folklore of the Yakut tribe, particularly among the Tule River Indians of California. Mysterious Bigfoot-like being is deeply embedded in their cultural traditions, appearing in ancient pictographs and oral stories passed down through generations, origins and mythological significance. The Yakut people believe that Mayak-Datat played a role in the creation of humanity. According to tribal legends, all the animals and birds gathered at Painted Rock, or Hokiyu.
I got a picture of this. Go to reaction. I got a picture of. They drew this figure out. You'll see a petroglyph of it. Should be
nice,
like Hairy Man or Rock.
Is it like an Anastasia petroglyph, or is it a?
It's from this tribe.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. So
That's dope.
This is the picture that they're talking about. It's called the Hairy Man pictograph. Leave that up while he finishes.
I want a T-shirt of this.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Okay. To decide how humans should be made. While some creatures argue that humans should walk on all fours, Mayak-Datat advocated for them to walk upright, like himself. This belief connects him to the broader spiritual and mythological framework of the tribe, portraying him as a wise and ancient being.
So check it out. I'll read this. Known as the Hairy Man pictographs, these rock paintings are approximately 1,000 years old, and are located on the Tule River Indian Reservation in California. An important cultural being for members of the tribe. The Tule River Indians equate hairy men to Bigfoot, so they even say that it's the equivalent of modern Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And those are the pictures that are 1,000 years old. There were other pictures of similar rock paintings, but I think this one's been punched up because it's kind of eroded over time. But this is the gist of it. There's a bunch of weird things going on in here, but that looks like a pretty hairy being, and it looks like the eyes are glowing, like the way they're hanging out and kind of weird.
Check it out in the lower left-hand corner. The adolescent Bigfoot
could be.
Looks like he's wearing a turban.
Oh,
yeah. See.
Well, yeah. So the idea of Bigfoot isn't from 1958. Whenever that 1927, I think, is the first stories that the guy started collecting.
Yeah.
I mean, these are thousands of years old here in North America, and even older.
Yeah, with no European contact with the people living here.
Yeah, that's why it's pretty neat when you really dig into it. And I'd love to cabin in the woods. I'm going to tag you anytime in the future if you want to do a Zoom. Our podcast isn't nearly as big as your channel, but I'd love to talk to you about this because it's actually the more you actually dive into it, it's more interesting. When you dive into UFOs, I hate to say it, it's like this guy once told a guy who told me, and you're like, okay, well, did you see the thing? Well, no, but I know he saw it, and you're like, come on.
I got the lowdown, bro, but I don't have the classification to tell you. I'm sorry.
I go to prison, but here there's like pictographs and crap. It's pretty cool. And again, is it real or not? I'm not sold. We'll finish by the end of this. We'll give our scale of 1 to 10. 10 being concrete, real. 1 being Ronald McDonald fake. Of like
Ronald McDonald's real.
Okay. Ronald McDonald is definitely real.
He's done commercials.
Well, I don't know. Women taking a poop fake.
All right. Okay, behavior and interaction with humans. Unlike some Bigfoot legends that depict the creature as aggressive or dangerous, Mayak Datat is often seen as a protector of nature. However, he is also known to be elusive and unpredictable. Some stories suggest that he steals food from villages, while others claim he guides lost travelers through the wilderness. His presence, kind of like Large Marge did to Pee-wee and Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Have a nice day.
Be sure and tell him Large Marge sent ya.
His presence.
Do you know that was directed by
Tim Burton?
Yeah, Tim Burton.
I love that movie. It's amazing. Okay. His presence is both feared and respected, and many believe that he still inhabits the mountains surrounding the reservation.
Fun fact, and Pee-wee, I think it was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, he ate Mr. T cereal.
Yes. He takes like one bite of it, and then that's the joke, is he makes a huge breakfast, a giant breakfast, and he takes like 2 bites of it and then walks away, and then goes looks for his bike. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the cultural significance of... Oh, wait, did I...
Yeah, you're right. You're good.
Okay. Of Mayak Datat is the Hairy Man pictographs, which are estimated to be about 1,000 years old. Okay, you just talked about these.
Yep, they're right here.
These ancient rock paintings depict Mayak Datat alongside other animals, illustrating his role in the Yakut creation story. The pictographs serve as a historical record, linking the legend of the Hairy Man to the tribe's spiritual beliefs and traditions. I have a book on a bunch of like Native American creation stories. That's where I got the Agunta and Sedna from. I'll look at see if there's anything about. I'll skim through and see if there's anything about Hairy Man.
Okay, now this section is something that really you can go to wide now. This next part, I purposely didn't dig into because I think we need to go a little deeper into this on an episode.
Wait, hold on.
So this section right here I thought was really interesting, and if this doesn't cover what we feel is enough, we can do a whole new section on it, but I found out that there was a war, a Bigfoot War of 1855.
I kind of want to do a whole episode just on the Bigfoot War of 1855.
Do you want to just tease it?
Yeah, I'll read it. What's here, the Bigfoot War of 1855, which I know absolutely nothing about.
Dude, I found this out while I was researching Bigfoot. That's why I'm like, holy crap.
So that's why I'm angry at public education, because they don't teach you about the Bigfoot War of 1855. What the hell?
What else was going on in the United States in 1855 that could have been as important as the Bigfoot War? I mean, there was nothing going on. Chattel slavery, Civil War, none of that mattered. Bigfoot War.
Things are getting, things are going things are going bad between the North and the South, over in the Missouri Compromise and some other things that are going on that eventually led to the Civil War. But this is what they should have been focusing on.
This is the real issue.
This could have united the country at the time. The Bigfoot War of 1855 is a fascinating and mysterious legend that has been passed down through generations, blending elements of Native American history, frontier violence, and cryptozoological mystery. While there is no concrete historical...
Hey, whoa. Say this next part with a real gentle tone, because why would it be reported?
While there is no concrete historical evidence, just the naysayers, man, always with the naysaying, to support the events described, the story remains a compelling piece of folklore. All right, origins of the legend. The legend is said to have originated from the Choctaw Nation, is what is now LaFleur County, Oklahoma. During the mid-19th century, the region was home to a mix of Native American tribes, settlers, and vast wilderness. According to the tale, the community began experiencing strange occurrences, such as livestock and crops disappearing. Oh, don't tell me Bigfoot's connected to like
Chupacabra?
to cattle decapitations and like cattle mutilations.
The old Chupacabra.
Oh man, this is good stuff for here. Such as livestock and crops disappearing. It didn't say cattle mutilations, but I feel like Bigfoot likes beef jerky. Followed by the disappearance of women and children. The investigation. Concerned by these unsettling events, a group of Choctaw warriors and local settlers decided to investigate. Led by a respected Choctaw leader, they ventured into a dense forests to uncover the source of the disturbances. The group eventually discovered evidence pointing to... Please tell me there's a book on this I can read. I can read it.
Like I said, if we don't think this is enough, we can do a real deep.
All right, guys, I'm back from my prosperity service.
So what I did before you continue reading, I just went through and just typed in the different evidence for Bigfoot. Then I went and I read a couple hours worth of stuff, and I kind of condensed it into the things I found interesting because I've never done a narrative-led episode. This is the first time I've done a script and, more, which is, it's fun. I like this. This is cool.
Yeah, we haven't done this since we did the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Mormons.
Yes,
we need to get back into this. This is good. Yeah. The group eventually discovered evidence. Let me find out where it was.
You're in the investigation.
The group eventually discovered evidence pointing to large, hairy creatures believed to be Sasquatch or Bigfoot, responsible for the kidnappings and the killings. Okay. But there's always two sides to a story, so I'd like to know why the Bigfoots started attacking these.
You can keep
these
it on wide
villages
now because we're talking about
and stealing cattle. Because I think that they.
Well, so Sasquatch, Bigfoot stealing stuff, that's not uncommon. We're going to get into the Florida skunk ape and how it was discovered. It was stealing apples.
Okay.
We'll go more into it.
I feel like Bigfoot doesn't instigate. He just responds to something being done to him,
They, remember, there's no gender.
Okay.
Remember?
Okay.
Boom King, some of your almond rokas.
You're good. Did you bring me one?
Okay.
Which one do you like more? Do you like
just toss me one? I don't care.
The tail reaches. Okay, this is the confrontation. The tail reaches its climax with a dramatic confrontation in the forest clearing. The search party report. Please tell me this is like historical or like a historical site that you can go to, right?
Dude, we got to find it.
Yeah.
We can find it. Where were the Choctaw at? Was that like Oklahoma?
It had to be the Midwest,
Siri.
right?
Did I say Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Woo! Look at me go, boy.
Okay.
These ones are the best ones.
I don't know where this supposed battlefield is though, or so
Oklahoma. We're gonna have to look for it.
Yeah, we'll have to look for it. Okay. The search party reportedly found a gruesome scene of dismembered bodies and remnants of the missing individuals, suggesting that the Bigfoot creatures were not only responsible for the kidnappings, but also for cannibalistic acts. In response, the Choctaw warriors and settlers banded together to confront the creatures. The ensuing battle was fierce and brutal, with casualties on both sides.
Wait, I would like to say,
why do I feel like this is a land dispute that turned bloody between the Native Americans and the settlers stealing their land?
I know exactly what it was.
Okay,
we've been going.
It was about 11 Navy SEALs in ghillie suits, time traveled, and they didn't realize that's what they were looking at.
Yeah.
It's been an hour so far, and it feels like it's only been 10 minutes.
We're rolling, baby.
But what they weren't counting on is that Bigfoot also has EOD training and special forces training and
exactly.
sniper training.
No, I'm saying that
the monkey training.
The natives didn't realize they were fighting seals in ghillie suits.
Oh, okay.
Because often images of Bigfoot are always like, no, that's just a dude in a ghillie suit. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. The aftermath and legacy. The Bigfoot War of 1855 has been passed down through oral tradition and folklore. While there's no archaeological or historical evidence, whatever. Cry me a river.
Evidence?
Get out of here, Flint Dibble. You're no archaeological
evidence. This is on the same level as UFOs at this point. I mean, how much evidence for those things are?
To support the events described, the story has become a part of the region's cultural heritage. It reflects the tensions and fears that frontier communities might have felt, as well as the enduring mystery and allure of the Bigfoot legend. Okay, the Bigfoot War of 1855, last paragraph, continues to captivate researchers, historians, and cryptid enthusiasts alike. Whether it is a spiritual entity or dare say interdimensional, Paul Jonathan Thanathonymous, a real creature or a cultural metaphor. Why does everything have to be so reductive and
every artifact without an explanation is just a religious artifact?
Yeah. Its presence in folklore remains a powerful testament to the mysteries of the past. End of article.
Yeah, we'll do a follow up on the the Bigfoot War of 1855. We'll see what we can find and really dig in. But when I saw that, I went, "Wait, what?"
Right. I'm telling everyone that the Civil War started in 1855 right now at the Bigfoot, the Battle of Bigfoot.
The Battle of Bigfoot.
Yeah, not the Battle of Little Bighorn. That's not the Civil War. I'm sorry. That's Native American. That's what was the first battle of the Civil War? Come on.
I know more about the Bigfoot War at this point. Let's see if you got it in your brain, because I know it too.
It'll pop in my head in a second.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The first battle of the Civil War. Like the first real, not the Fort Sumter, like where the Confederates seized Fort Sumter. What's like the first battle between like
I was gonna say
that's what I got.
I was gonna
Battle
say
of Manassas. Okay, it's called something else though. It has another name. It's the Battle of Manassas, and it's like the battle of
Bull Run.
Bull Run. There you go. Man, how did I not know that? I'm so mad at myself right now.
and Gettysburg's the most bloody.
Yes, I can tell you why you don't know that, Will. Because we've been in a war every year since this country started, and they all just blend together.
Yeah.
The only thing that changes is the weapons and the victims.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that changes. They just progressively got darker skinned over the years. We fought the British, we fought the British, then we fought the Mexicans, then we went back to white people, then all of a sudden it just got darker and darker.
Then we fought ourselves.
Yes. You know what I mean.
Well, we did fight a different pigment too, but I will. It's the color of this microphone thing right here.
Oh yeah, we did.
Then we fought the Barbary pirates.
Cut that out.
That was kind of that they were like. Anyways, we're going into it.
So are we going to make this a part 2? I mean, we'll record it today, but do you want to split it or do you want to make it a long episode?
What's our time, super producer?
We are at an hour and 4 minutes. I think we could go for a little bit longer, and then we should split it.
The compelling photos and videos, I probably got another 30 minutes in this to talk about.
Okay.
Which I'm going to talk about today. So maybe we can leave them on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, let's leave them on a cliffhanger.
Let's do a 9.5.
You want to just tell them right now, hey, thank you for watching Fit at Lunch. If you want to see the most compelling photos and videos of Bigfoot ever captured,
tune into Fit at Lunch 9.5.
Yeah, you're going to have to tune in next week. Should we do like a Bigfoot AI music to give them like a normal ending?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then
let's watch the clips. Let's finish.
Yeah, we'll watch some funny clips.
We can do some clips, but we should do an AI, and then we'll continue to record. So
if you want to low down on Bigfoot, continue to next week's episode.
But if you want the modern, because we went into the history of Bigfoot. Now we're here. Now we got the modern, compelling photos and videos of Bigfoot, and that's going to be next week's episode. So like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. You don't want to miss this. You can't find this information anywhere else.
No.
Except for the web.
Even better, if you want to see the funny clips Will has, tune into next week.
Oh, are we going to have no clips this whole episode except for the 2 opening? That's not bad. Yeah, because I really didn't queue up that many funny clips. I sent a bunch of stuff, but they don't really have much to do with today's episode.
Was Bigfoot sighted at Building 7?
Find out next week.
We'll find out next week.
Does Kenneth Copeland have to do with any of this?
So, we got the most compelling Bigfoot photos ever captured as chosen by me. And we're going to do that on the next episode. We're going to get out of here with AI music. We're making this a 2-parter, baby. So tune in next week with those. We're going to get out of here with the music. Like I said, tune in next week. And sorry to leave you hanging, but this one's running long. You guys ready to make a song?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So tune in next week, everybody. We got more Bigfoot coming down the pipeline. Bigfoot for days.
Yeah, a cryptid that's growing on me. I was always like, oh, Bigfoot.
I want to talk.
I always thought Bigfoot was cool. You know,
the death worm's the coolest.
What style of music do we want to do for this Bigfoot song?
Let's do like
doo-wop.
What music goes with Bigfoot?
Tribal chant.
Native American punk. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just gonna put that in and see what it gives us. Native American punk. We'll see what it gives us. All right.
Me and Monk got my passport. We heard that North Korea's got tourism for days. We just finished up watching PJ's book report on Bigfoot. It was a giant success. Oh no, I heard the CIA's doing bad stuff again. We're learning about Bigfoot. And I was falling asleep, so I needed some smelling salts.
I went into a time machine with my ghillie suit, and these Native Americans thought I was a Bigfoot. We had a war in 1855. It was horrible. Dismemberment, bodies everywhere. But hey, at least now the legend sits of the Bigfoot War of 1855.
Alexander the Great was right about me being in India, because now I'm vlogging and trying delicious Indian street food like gooey sweet treats and shitting myself.
The Civil War didn't start at the Battle of Little Big Horn. No. At the first battle of Bull Run. It actually started at the Bigfoot War of 1855. I heard Monkey created the booga balls for good, but Kenneth Copeland uses them for evil.
What's up with the creator of Star Trek and liking little girls? What a creep. Anyway, we love you. Tune into the Fatal Lunch podcast, subscribe, and monkey.
And monkey.
And monkey. All right, we're going to create this one, Native American punk. We'll get out of here. We'll see you next week.
Love everybody.
The most compelling Bigfoot photos ever captured. You're not going to want to miss that one. I'm telling you. If you miss it, you're going to get FOMO. And if you get FOMO, you're literally going to die.
And literally everybody's going to make fun of you, too.
Yeah, you're going to pee your pants in class.
Everybody's going to be like, did you catch up on that new Fatal Lunch episode I know about Bigfoot? Oh, I know nothing about Bigfoot. Oh, what a loser. He doesn't keep up with Fatal Lunch.
Oh, email the FLP if you have any Bigfoot sightings.
Oh, yeah, fatallunchpodcast@gmail.com. It's right here.
And next to the Mohawk watermelon with sunglasses.
Yep, he's back.
He's back.
He's an ancillary character.
He is an interdimensional being.
He is the interdimensional.
Is he part of the Fatal Alliance?
He is.
Yes.
We don't know what his role is yet. He's kind of rogue. He plays a little snake charming flute, and he's got a mohawk.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's play this bad boy.
He's an enigma.
It would be cool if Pallet would turn the Bluetooth up on the board, though. Thank you, sir. You ready?
With my ghillie suit and these I got my knee and got my passport. We heard that North Korea has got tourism for days. We just finished up watching PJ but report on Bigfoot. It was a giant success. Oh no, I heard the CIA is doing that stuff again. We're learning about Bigfoot, and I was falling asleep, so I needed some smelling salts.
Sounds like Blink-182. Or the rhythm sounds like Blink-182.
Americans thought I was a Bigfoot. We had a war in 1855. It was horrible. Dismemberment bodies everywhere. But hey, at least now the legend sits of the Bigfoot War. 1855.
Those are AI guitars if I've ever heard it.
The Civil War didn't start at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Like in little girls. What a great anyway. We love you. Tune into the Fatal Lunch podcast. Subscribe and monkey. At the first battle of a bull.
I don't know what's going on with this song. It's all over the place.
You want to restart it?
Yeah, let's go to the second one.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, the AI song is cracked.
You guys know what we're going to do here. We're going to mute and then,
play it out, fade out. You ready?
Come back next week, everybody, for more Bigfoot.
We love you. Enjoy. Bye.
We love you long time.
Got my me and mom. Got my passport. We heard that North Korea's got tourism for days. We just finished up watching PJ's book report on Bigfoot. It was a giant success. Oh no, I heard the CIA is doing bad stuff again. We're learning on Bigfoot. And I was falling asleep, so I needed some smelling salts. I went into a time machine with my ghillie suit and these Native Americans thought I was a Bigfoot. We had a war in 1855. It was horrible, dismemberment bodies everywhere, but hey, at least now the legend sits of the Bigfoot War of 1855. The Civil War didn't start at the Battle of Little Bighorn. At the first battle of a bull run, it actually started at the Bigfoot War, 1855. I heard Monkey created a boom of balls for goodbye Kenneth Goblin uses them for what's up with the creator of Star Trek and Lightning Little Girls. What a creep anyway, we love you, tune into the Fatal Lunch podcast, subscribe and monkey.